Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome back to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach.
And I'm a clever girl.
Also known as Pepper. Yes. You owe me a Coke. Jinx.
Today we are giving our first impressions on the two-player only game, Raptor. This is from the pair of Brunos, Bruno Cathala and Bruno Faduti.
That it is.
From Matago Games.
Yeah, and
Might be our only game from them.
I know. I think I've heard of them quite a bit, but yeah, surprisingly I haven't seen. I don't know. I think you're right. I think this is the first one they have from them. Yeah, first look at the box. Maybe you wouldn't necessarily think it was like a two-player game. You'd think it was maybe some sort of game where maybe everyone's going out and trying to capture raptors or something.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, it is a two-player game where one person's taking on the raptors and the other one is taking on the scientists. Kind of like in, I think Jurassic Park is kind of what it's based on.
Yeah.
It's kind of the one sort of scene where, what's his, you know his name probably.
I do not know his name, actually. But yeah, kind of the raptor expert or whatever in that movie kind of goes out to hunt for the raptor. But they're both hunting each other.
Right.
And yeah, that's pretty much this game, I would say. I first heard of this. I think the Dice Tower did a playthrough back in the day, quite a few years ago. Not sure what year this was released, but it's a little older. And I think, because Sam Healy was still around, I think he played it. And yeah, just right there, theme alone got me watching that, and it actually looked pretty fun as well. Kind of a little more of an abstract game, a little bit, in the movement around the board, and I'm definitely the most into that of our group, so that looked cool. And I don't know if I was really a huge fan at the time, but now I'm a pretty big fan of Bruno Cathala. So from that playthrough, which I liked the look of it, the theme that I'm definitely into, and Bruno Cathala, it just definitely, and our Dino Mania
Oh yes,
coming up, where we will be talking about all the different Dino games and Dino movies, Jurassic movies.
Is this going to be part of that?
Oh yeah, this is going to be part of it. Never mind.
So it's not coming up. It is now. You are watching right now. You can watch all the. I don't know when this one will come out in
We will
comparison to the other
schedule
ones.
is not locked down as of this moment. We're filming this a little prematurely. But yeah, Dino Mania, which you are currently watching, convinced me to pull the trigger on this one finally and get it in the collection.
Yeah. Much like you, I think most of the time I heard people talking about it was from the Dice Tower. I don't know that I've seen too much on kind of my main sources are the Dice Tower and then some of the other YouTube creators and then people on Instagram, and it seems like I haven't really seen. I mean, I feel like sometimes you don't notice it until
you would notice raptors.
You would notice raptors, but I don't feel like I see that. I've seen that too many times. Too many people talking about it. Not that I've never seen it, but I don't see it that often.
I don't know if I have seen it on Instagram.
Yeah,
definitely not often.
Very few and far between. If I've even seen it at all, I'm not sure. It could have been another game possibly if there's one out there. But yeah, is it one of Z's top games? Or was it Sam?
I don't think it's one of Z's. I don't think it's in his top 100. It might have.
Wow, a Bruno Cathala game not in his top.
Maybe it is. I have their list written down on a piece of paper. I should have it here at all times.
But yeah, no, same for me. Where it was kind of the theme and the fact that it's a two-player game always gets me excited, especially since it's a little bit different, but it is still it's a little card-driven sort of in a way, and how the actions work. But yeah, I would say my interest level was kind of medium, not like one that I was like I've been dying or wanting to play for a long time or anything. It was just kind of one that was on the radar of, once I get the chance to play it, maybe I'll take that chance to play it. Like not opposed to playing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just waiting for that opportunity to strike. And like you said, we're in the Dino month or weeks, a couple weeks.
We'll come up with a good name for it by then, hopefully.
Right. But yeah, so this one, yeah.
But yeah, I would say I was kind of in the other group for that. I was kind of wanting to play this for a long time, but it was a little more, usually whenever I'd see it, a little more expensive. And I think it warrants because it is just a 2-player game. It's a pretty small scale game, I would say. I mean, they put some nice touches in the production, and the miniatures are all nice, and definitely I think there's like 10 little hunters, and they're all unique, so I appreciate that. But still, I think it was like $30 to $40. I'm just like, that's a little much, and I think that's what kept me from getting it for so long.
Yeah, and that kind of reminds me of like what I think of like Patchwork. Like that one feels like there's not that much in the game, and it's right around. It's like that much too. It's like right around that $30 to $40 when I typically see it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you went and looked, you could probably find like maybe a used one or something somewhere on Board Game Geek or something. But yeah, that one always surprises me too, because I'm like, it doesn't feel like there's. Because I mean, I've played it on Board Game Arena a few times, and it'd be some cardboard pieces, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be that expensive.
It's 3 letters. Maybe. UWE. Or is it UVE? How do you spell his name? UWE. Okay, yep. Uwe. That's what bumps that price up.
That's true, and it's the double Bruno.
The double Bruno
is what does this one. But yeah, it is. Yeah, it makes it a little tough. That's especially when so many 2-player games. It seems like are like the card games, and they're usually cheaper, like 20 or less.
Yeah,
that does make it a little tougher to.
Yeah.
Unless you're really gonna like it.
Yeah. Yeah, at least Patchwork, we've been able to find that on Board Game Arena. But yeah, this one I don't think it's on Tabletopia, even though we don't really play that anymore. And I'm pretty sure it's not on Board Game Arena. But yeah, thankfully the Dino Mania gave me the courage to pull the trigger.
Oh boy. And
so
what did you think?
Played it. I very, very much enjoyed this. It feels like I love the dinosaur theme. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm kind of over dinosaurs." I'm like, "How can you be over dinosaurs?" I guess the movies are true, and they're like, "Oh, we need to make these terrible combination dinosaurs because people are tired of the T-Rex." Right. I guess that's true.
That is true.
But I am definitely not tired of it, and this one, while most of the other dinosaur games that we have are building your park and maintaining it, this one feels completely different from that. And I would say, if you want to fight raptor hunters versus raptors, I'd say this certainly delivers. The theme completely comes through for me, which is one of the things I was really looking forward to in this game. And I just really love kind of that abstract movement and trying to puzzle it out, and there's obstacles, and the card play is...
You like the outthinkiness of the card play.
Yes, the card play and the outthinking of because you each have cards 1 through 9, and as you get to play the game more, you get to know exactly what the special abilities are, but you're each playing one. The lower one gets the action printed on the card, and the higher card played gets action points equal to the difference of those. So that's a really simple but very, very cool mechanism, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And it creates some good and bad moments for people, depending on which side you're on. Because, sometimes you'll play your 3 thinking, now I'll get to take hoping you'll take the action. And then the other player will play their 2 or something.
Yes.
So then not only do you not get the action.
In like the first 6 turns for me.
Right. You don't get your action, plus you only get 1 action point. So it's kind of like a double whammy of... but that made it fun because, we each played once each as the Raptor, and then the scientists. The Raptor won both times. But I was thinking after those 2 plays that maybe the Raptor has a little bit of an advantage, but
maybe.
At the same time, I feel like most of the time the scientists were not getting their action cards played at all. They were always, even when we would go low, it always seemed like the other player that was playing the Raptor at the time would always just end up going like one or two lower. So it really kind of put them in a bad spot.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how you did it, but I feel like I did not use the scientists to the best of their ability. I think you really need to kind of group them together and kind of use those aggressive actions multiple times per round, where usually I would find myself one lone scientist chasing down a Raptor baby, and you'd only be able to do one good action or one aggressive action per turn, when you have to do at least two to get towards your endgame victory condition, and it would just leave too much time for the Mama Raptor to come and remove me from the board.
Right, yeah. It
But I feel
it's
like
kind of a unique...
Because none of us
thing.
got any extra guys onto the board, did we? Or no, I
did.
got two.
You did get
but
two.
then you went and just slaughtered them immediately. But I think if you get some of those, some good card plays early, which I tried to do, but just you were playing just the perfect worst cards in those situations for me.
Right, and it wasn't like I was thinking, oh, he's playing that. It was just what I was, based on the other cards I had, just the order I wanted to, and what was it like?
It was like 5 cards in a row.
Yeah, I think you played your 9, and I played like an 8 or something, and then
I played my 3, and you played your 2.
I played a 2.
And then was it 2 and 1?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
And then you got cards back into your hand. Then I think I got my cards back, and then a little bit later, I play my 3 again, trying to get more guys onto the map, and you play your 2 again. So I don't get the action, and I only get 1 action point.
Right, yeah, so... yeah, it definitely makes for some interesting situations. It's a very unique thing. Like you said, I don't know if I've seen quite that, where, quite like that happens, where you're trying to, not only think of that, but think of, well, what are they likely to play? Like, if I do play my highest card, how many actions am I going to get if I play my 9? Knowing they're going to get their action, probably, but...
Yeah, and there's some knowledge of previous cards played, which can give you a little safety. I know you had like your 9, 8, 7, 6 out, so I was like, okay, I can play my 9, and for sure a good bunch of actions.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it too, and it definitely, the theme came through. I think it probably was about what I expected. Not maybe going to be my favorite game of all time, but still a solid game and a different, like you said, a very different experience from the other dinosaur games that I've played. I'm trying to think. It's not really any like it. The only thing I could think of that I've had my eye on that you know of probably is the Raptor versus InGen Unmatched or whatever it is. I'm just curious now that we've played this. I'm like, I wonder how similar that would feel.
Yeah.
Because it's a very similar type of gameplay and Unmatched. So it'd be interesting to see eventually if we got that, how these two would kind of compare. Because I feel like in a way they're very similar. But they would still be
pretty much
very
the
different.
theme 100% the same. But yeah, I feel like that would be a little more structured or organized and kind of less asymmetric, I would think, for that. Where you're really playing kind of 2 different games with the way you can move and actions you can take.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. But back to this one, what are your first initial thoughts for, I guess, either a rating or a would you get it back to the table right away? I mean, you can kind of tell because we did get it back to the table and try both of them before we did this, but...
I'll do both. I would definitely get this back to the table, and maybe it's just the hype of a good theme coming through with one that I love, or the Bruno Cathala, the double Bruno, double shot of Bruno. But yeah, I'd give this, I'd say, a first impression of just how happy I am with the game. I'd give it a 9.
Nice. It's coming in a little bit higher than me.
That is,
but it typically is the case.
I assume. I'm usually average a point higher than you.
But yeah, I was thinking about it like a 7.5, 7.75, kind of around there. I think I can see it growing a little bit, possibly, up to maybe an 8, but I'm not sure if it would get past that or not.
Yeah, I think if you get more comfortable with the...
you kind of know a little bit more of what some
more
strategies to it.
depth to the
Because
strategy,
I could see there being some more strategies to this.
Yeah.
Not knowing the cards, those first few rounds really, or knowing them but not really knowing how to properly use them, can kind of throw you off or whatnot.
Yeah, I think shooting the Mama Raptor would be huge.
Right, because that's something
you did it once.
I did it at the beginning of the game.
Pull it away.
I did it at the beginning of the first game, and then we never shot the Mama Raptor again.
I think that getting multiple scientists there around and to get a bunch of actions to shoot the Mama Raptor and possibly take those babies. I think it would probably even out with the two things if you actually know how to play the scientists. But if you are just starting like us, I think the Raptor will have an advantage.
Because it seems like a lot of the Raptor's smaller actions are just a little bit better than the scientist ones. Even if you do get them played as a scientist, it seemed like the Mama Raptor ones were just had a little bit of an edge. And then we also never got the scientist's flames out onto the board, so I'd be interested to see how that would end up working as well. The scientists really did not have a good time either game. But I think it'd definitely be one we'd both get back to the table. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely check it out. Otherwise, check out if you're looking for a dinosaur theme, check out our other videos on all the dinosaur games we're covering. I'm not sure if we'll probably do a playthrough of this video. I think so. If it sounds interesting, check that out. And also, if you made it this far and liked the video, definitely give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, what else we got? Hope for a subscription from you.
Yes, it's free.
If you want, it is free.
Well, maybe not when this video comes out. Maybe it'll have a cost.
That's true. You never know when subscription is going to cost something to this channel. We hope to see you on the next video. And as always, don't forget to
keep on nibbling
on our content.